Hey, what's up guys? If you don't know who I am, my name is Zavitz, and typically you'd find me over on my channel, but today I'm a guest host on Gear Focus. So today's video is pretty cool. I want to talk to you guys about how to basically make any lens look more cinematic for under $100. And I feel like the term cinematic gets thrown around way too easy these days. So I want to be careful about how I use that term. But to me, cinematic is a vibe and a look. And most of us can't afford expensive cinema glass that they use on big budget films. So I want to talk about a super awesome filter that'll help give any lens a beautiful character, cinematic character that you would see on the big screen. And that filter is called the Tiffin Black Pro Mist. And today I want to show you guys the effect that it has on the image and what it looks like. There's other filters out there that do similar things to the Black Pro Mist, like the pearlescent filter, as well as the black satin filter. And essentially they all kind of do the same thing. They lower the contrast, bloom the highlights, and soften skin. And I feel like today's digital cameras are so insanely sharp, especially since you're using photography lenses where you want sharpness, that's what you want for your photos, but it's not necessarily what you want for video. And you know, this digital sharpness isn't flattering, which kind of makes it obvious when you compare it to something that was shot on a cinema camera. But let's dig into this a bit more. So I shoot a lot of my stuff, my bigger projects, on my C200 here, and this is what I usually shoot on if we aren't renting higher end cinema cameras. But in order for me to show you guys this effect of the Black Pro Mist a little easier, I'm shooting on the Sony a6100 with the Sigma 18-35 f1.8. I currently don't have a filter on this lens yet, and you can probably tell it looks super sharp and it looks really nice, but it doesn't really have that dreamy cinematic quality. So I'm gonna put this filter on and show you guys what it looks like, and we'll do a comparison. So this is just a clip from a music video, and you can see with the Black Pro Mist, it's smoothing out skin and it's blooming the highlights behind her, and it has a really nice cinematic character. So the Black Pro Mist quarter is what I would recommend to start out with. You can get different levels of intensity from a quarter to a half to a full, which is basically just the effect being intensified. So more bloom, more softness. The only time I'd recommend the Black Pro Mist 1 is if you're planning on really smoothing out the skin. Otherwise, I feel like a quarter looks the most natural while also keeping the image nice and sharp. So the cool thing is, when you buy this filter, just buy the biggest one that fits your biggest lens, and then buy step-up rings that fit your other lenses. That way you don't need to buy this filter for every single lens. And I was just using on the Sigma 18-35, and it's only a 72mm filter thread, and I have a 77mm filter here, so I just use the step-up ring and then drop it right on the lens and it fits on perfect. I also highly recommend this lens if you've never used it. It's really not that expensive, and if you find a good used one, it's even cheaper, so you might even be able to find one on gearfocus.com. And I've also made reviews on this lens if you want to check that out. I want to talk about matte box filters next because they basically do the same thing, and typically you would get this if you're using a cinema lens or lenses that don't have front filter threads, or cinema cameras like Red that don't have built-in ND filters, where you might need to stack filters and drop in an ND plus a Pro Mist. And these filters do the exact same job, they just don't screw in, they're just a flat piece of glass. So just to recap, the Black Pro Mist will help give any of your lenses some nice character and give your footage that cinematic vibe, soften the highlights, smooth out the skin without removing too much texture, and cause halation and blooming around lights. And the best part is, it's super cheap to get these filters, so maybe pick up a couple, try a couple different ones out, and hopefully you found this video helpful. Hopefully you learned something new today. Thanks for watching. Once again, I'm Zavitz. Make sure to drop a like, subscribe to Gear Focus, and also hit that notification bell so you know when new videos go live. This was fun. See you guys later.